David Brown production.
Good afternoon, Wondercon. This is Robert Smith.
And Nikki Melvin taking the desk for this week's Friday episode.
And a short week at that.
Yeah, these 2-hour delays got me feeling some type of way.
Yeah, like I actually got some sleep.
Unfortunately for the juniors, they missed out on extra sleep because of the kneecap science testing, and they'll miss out on next week due to smarter balance testing.
Wait, so this testing makes your balancing smarter?
No, it just balances your smartness.
I don't think smartness is a word.
It's definitely a word.
No, it's definitely not a word.
I'm so tired of your smartness. It's annoying.
You just said it again.
What?
Smartness, that's not a word.
I don't care.
All right, roll the story.
This week, juniors took the state test, the kneecaps, during the 2-hour delays. Next week, they will be taking the smarter balance testing, which is a very different kind of test. Some of the major differences between kneecaps and smarter balance testing is that the English and math sections are adaptive. This means that if you answer a question correctly, the questions get harder. If you answer a question incorrectly, they get easier. The second section of the test gives students a scenario in which they have to problem solve and apply their everyday knowledge.
I think that the test went similarly to kneecaps, and those people who wanted to take it seriously did. We had a few computer problems, but overall it went really smoothly. And the only difference, I guess, would be that with the kneecaps there weren't any problems with the paper.
I think one of the biggest differences, at least from an administrative standpoint for the Smarter Balanced, is that every kid needs to be at a computer and every computer needs to have network access. So instead of having all the kids, be in the cafeteria, for example, and managing things that way, we actually had to break the kids up into different rooms with different test administrators. So from an administrative standpoint, it was a little bit more difficult to get the kids through it.
Many students found the smarter balance testing to be unnecessary and stressful.
Puts way too much stress on us, and we think that we should do well on it, but actually has no impact on us whatsoever.
For the English part, all I did was hit the space bar and then hit next, so I think I'm gonna get in trouble. I wasn't a big fan on the smarter balance, but since it didn't count, I didn't try as hard as I could, so whatever. I think it's pointless that we have 3 weeks of it.
At a junior class meeting, Mr. McGowan said he is required by law to have every junior take the test. However, according to guidance, 2 students were able to opt out. There has been some confusion among schools in the state about whether or not students are allowed to opt out of testing. Some schools believe students cannot opt out, while others believe each school only needs to have a 95% participation rate. According to the union leader, Manchester superintendent said there is no participation rate. So far, 196 students from Manchester and 26 from Londonderry have opted out. With the paper and pencil test of kneecaps being phased out, adaptive computer testing will likely be the way we take tests in the future. This is Maggie McDonald for WHTV.
Wow, Nikki, I am so glad that we don't get tested on our smartness.
I know, right?
Anyway, this past weekend, students wrote, directed, and performed in the 10-minute plays.
4 plays were showcased, as well as 1 act written by Hunter Mackenzie. Shannon O'Hara has a story on it.
Hey there, Wondercon, the Shan That Can here. This past week, on May 9th, many gathered here in the auditorium to see the 10-minute plays. The 10-minute plays were written, conducted, and performed all by students here at Wondercon. Let's take a look at how they turned out. Students have been working on the plays for the past month. This year there were 4 10-minute plays: The Audition, The Dinner Party, The Haunted House, and The Lawn Killer. In addition to the 10-minute plays, there was also one act play called Elle and Her Sister, which was written by Hunter Mackenzie. These plays were entirely run, created, directed, and performed by students. All the proceeds from the play will be given to the ITS trip to Lincoln, Nebraska. In Nebraska, students will see plays and participate in workshops as well as compete for many awards.
Overall, I think they went very well, especially Hunter Mackenzie's. His was great.
I do the 10-minute plays because it's a really great opportunity for students to be able to push themselves in a creative way whether you're interested in directing or writing or acting or any of the jobs that go into putting on this incredible show.
All right, who posted a picture I did on Instagram? Well, of course. You never know when you're going to have to redo your hair. Self-centered.
I was in the 10-minute plays. It was really fun. I think that everyone in high school should step out of their box a little bit and do something new. I definitely wish I didn't wait till the end of my senior year, but it was really fun. I got to meet a lot of cool people that I'm sure I'll become friends with now.
It's pretty low, laid back compared to the fall play, the spring musical, and that's really fun, and especially because it's not going to be perfect and everyone's just really having fun with it.
What do you have? At least I could keep a husband and have 2 beautiful children. Eleanor Adams! Oh, no, please, stop it! Oh, no, stop it,
I think the 10-minute plays went really well. I'm a senior this year, so I've been doing them for all 4 years. It's been great. The group of kids was awesome, and it was stressful at times figuring out rehearsals and when we could get everyone together, but at the end, I think it went really well. We had one of the biggest crowds I've seen for our shows, and it was a lot of fun getting to know everybody.
If you're a junior, a sophomore, or a freshman, think about doing the 10-minute plays next year. You can do anything from tech crew to writing plays to even performing in them. This is the Shan That Can for WHTV.
Wow, it seemed like they had a lot of fun putting on those shows.
Yeah, it was rough though. I couldn't Snapchat it because the Wi-Fi was off.
They had a good reason for it though.
Really?
Yeah. Because of the amount of people connected to the Wi-Fi, especially within certain areas, the IT department briefly shut down the public Wi-Fi because it was slowing the whole network. It's currently back on while they analyze network usage and discuss whether they need to reduce access or improve the network. Part of this analysis will involve how students are using the network to gauge whether it is being used for school or personal reasons. So students should be aware of this and try to use it for stuff other than YouTube videos or social media stuff, or students might lose public Wi-Fi.
Man, that would be a drag if we missed the pitch on Wi-Fi.
Oh, nice baseball pun.
Don't you have a story on the baseball team?
Yeah, I do. Check me out.
My name is Jared Libanow. I've been a coach here at Wondercon now for 9 years. It's my 5th year as varsity. I'm hoping for several wins. I know it's been a tough start, but there is still a lot of progress. We were losing a lot of games by big runs earlier, and we've had a lot of close games lately, so hopefully we can turn it around soon and finish the season on a high note.
Even though the varsity baseball team has had some tough losses, I went over to the dugout to interview some players on what their goals were for the rest of the season.
My goal? States. All the way.
Let's be realistic.
State. That's realistic.
Actually, don't get that though. That's just
What do you want us to be realistic? State. Win a game. That's not realistic.
Yeah, we're going to win.
Probably to hit as many dingers as possible for the end of the season.
Dingers. Dingers.
All I do is hit dingers.
Dingers.
Right, guys? Since these kids are just fooling around, I'll be real for this. this. So my goal is to pitch a W, and maybe get 2 W's. Mike, what's your goal?
I think that was a pretty realistic goal right there, Aaron. But I think the better way to do that would be...
Wait, I'm batting 360 this season, by the way.
For all the people that know baseball out there, I'm going to sum this up pretty quickly. My main goal for the season is to win a game by hitting a dinger. And that will be, that's about it. Baseball. Dingers.
All right, last baseball joke.
Ugh.
Want to know what else is a Grand Slam?
What?
The art show.
Actually, it's very true. Shannon has a story on it.
Let's roll it.
Good afternoon, Wondercon. Last week on May 6th, many friends, family, and members of the Wondercon community gathered in the auditorium lobby to see this year's annual art show. Students prepared all year long in art classes including sculpture, painting, drawing, and many others to show what they created.
The Art Show 2015 was spectacular. For us in the art department, we really look forward to the art show. It's a big promotion for us. You know, it promotes our art programs. It lets the younger students see what the older students are doing in the advanced art classes, and it kind of drives them to want to be in more art classes. It's a really nice community night. Also, Mr. Cyrus brings his string quartet, and we really appreciate him doing that because it gives us a little bit of class.
Wondercon has had the art show since 1981, and since the beginning of the year, the art department has been preparing students for the show. Students can submit anything to the show that they created in any of the classes offered here at the school, such as jewelry, painting, ceramics, drawing, photography, etc. This year, many students came to the show to display and explain their work to friends, family, and members of the community.
Yeah, we thought that the art show was an excellent success this year. Great showing. I'm always really proud of my ceramics 2s and 3s and how much work they produce and put it out there. We also really appreciate the help of our service aides in the department who help us get all the beginning artwork hung up and displayed. We had a really nice turnout and it was fun as always.
So my concentration for AP Art was kaleidoscope imagery, and what I did for every image is I took dozens of different pictures that I took and using Photoshop edited them together to create this trippy image. I felt like it was very well received by the people at the art show. A lot of people were questioning what each image was about, and that was kind of my goal. I didn't want there to be like, oh, this is what it is. This is a landscape. Look at this landscape. I wanted people to kind of find their own meaning within every photo, and that doesn't necessarily mean something like deep down. It just means like the image that they want to see is there.
Okay, so my focus of the art show actually did photography, so I was one of the photo students, and my focus was focusing on the emotion, like the people's emotion in their faces and the gesture, and they were all black and white, and they all were emotions that are commonly expressed throughout one's life.
I thought it was awesome. It was a great turnout, and there was a great assortment of work. The kids did a great job. One of the best that I've ever seen.
We'll want to next year think about taking an art class. They seem like a lot of fun and seem like you can create a lot of great stuff. Or just go to the art show. This is the Shan That Can for WHTV.
Wow, all that artwork was amazing.
Yeah, especially your concentration, Robert.
Thanks, Nikki. In other news,
this past Friday, students in Mr. LaCourse's bird class spotted a very rare lark sparrow feeding on the athletic fields. Mr. LaCourse was granted permission by administration to allow observers from the birding group to come and check it out. So if you see strange people with binoculars roaming around the athletic fields, don't freak out because it's not the NSA.
well, that's all we have for you today, Wondercon.
Have a safe and healthy prom.
And remember to stay classy, 216.
See ya.
morning when it cut it. This is we're not good. Where'd he go? Oh, he's out back.
Robert wants to get it done.
Yeah, and if I want to get it done, it gets done.
Wow. Oh wait, can I go?
Guys, that was really funny.